Hello people of the internet, this is my review on PCLinuxOS / first impressions. So one of the very first things I noticed when I booted into this was that it comes with Firefox. Now I'm not a big fan of Firefox. It's a decent browser, good for people to use, but I'm more of a Chromium or Chrome person. Really Chrome. I know a lot of people like the open source. That so doesn't matter to me. I like how Google is storing some of the stuff for me. Like when I go from one computer to another, all my bookmarks are saved there. I know in Firefox there's a way to do that too. I kind of just got used to using Chrome. So over here on the right we have our speaker. I'm not sure why we need a clipboard manager right here, but we do have one here. And this is looks like an updater. Check for updates and whatnot. And this tells you what network we're connected to. That doesn't seem right for me, but okay. And then this gives you the date and time. Time's not right, but it's probably because we're in VirtualBox. Synaptic Package Manager is the one it comes with. Now, I prefer to have an actual software center to go to. I find that it's a little easier for some new users to use. I do know that you can go here into terminal, you can type in apt-get, and if you know the app name, you can install it that way. You don't even have to use the Synaptic Package Manager. I just find if you're trying to build your Linux distribution for new people, and that's what I think PCLinux is trying to do. They're trying to give you a nice, firm, good Linux distribution that, say, like you could put on your mom's computer, you could put on somebody's computer that's never used Linux. And I do think from what I've seen so far, they've done a pretty good job at that, if that's their goal. So they have this menu here that reminds me a lot of XP. And that's why I think that they were trying to design it for new Linux users. And the one thing though I didn't like that they had, hold on, let me open a window up here. I don't like some of the theming that's done on it. So up here, it looks like to me like they have more like a Mac OS theme here. Never used Mac, but from what I understand, these are like their bars up here. And yes, it says close, it says maximize, this says minimize, so people could just read it if they needed to. And most people know, that's to close something, maximize and minimize. I mean, you don't really need the colors, or the minus, plus, and X like you're used to in Windows, but it would be kind of nice if the ideal behind this is for a new Linux user to use it that might not know, One other thing I found is that on their website it says that it comes with all these different things. Like it says it comes with all of LibreOffice's software, but it really doesn't. It comes with this, the manager, and then they want you to download it. And to me, that's not really coming with it. It does make it easy, once again, if somebody wants it, and you're not storing all the packages, I guess, on your computer if you don't need it. So you don't have the software there if you don't need it, but if you do need it, it makes it easy enough to get. I guess that's the ideal behind that. I would have preferred to see it come installed so that when you tell somebody that it's there, it's already there. They don't have to install it. Now Skype is kind of interesting how they did it. Skype appears to be fully installed, but then they just ask you, if you want English and get some basic information so they can set it up the best for you to use. I mean, because you wouldn't want it in Korean and you don't speak Korean. I kind of get why that one's done that way. But the LibreOffice, I think, should have been installed right from the get-go. So now I'm just going to go down and let you guys look what's in each folder. If I have anything to say, I'll say stuff along the way. Alright. So like VirtualBox here, I clicked on it before. It's not installed neither. It's just going to install it for you, which I guess is cool. If somebody wanted VirtualBox, they don't have to go looking how to install it or use the Synaptic Package Manager. But since the website, I believe, says that it comes with it, it'd be nice for it to be installed already. You do get one whole game here, one game, which I believe is like solitary. It does come with a screenshot, which is good. Most Linux distributions come with that. I guess this is here to download your BitTorrents. I've never actually used that one, but I guess it would work. See here it says Software Centers. That's how I know VirtualBox is installed. This is the installer, LibreOffice, and then our Synaptic Package Manager. So we have our volume controls. I did like that it comes with VLC player. I didn't actually see if it was installed or not, but I did see that it was there. Let's see if it comes up installed, or do we have to install it? Now it's completely installed, which is nice. I don't know why it wants to do a system update now. So at least they did give you VLC player pre-installed. I just thought of maybe it's a licensing issue why they can't have LibreOffice installed completely, but Ubuntu does, and they don't have a licensing issue, but maybe they got permission for it. I did like this that it came with PCLinuxOS USB creator. So if you wanted to create another copy of this, I guess you could, just like backing up your Windows. I really do think that this Linux distribution here would be good for somebody that's first starting out in Linux and wants something easy to use. And the reason I say that is because it has the menu over here like XP would have, and something people would be comfortable with using. And you know, it doesn't have the pizzazz that some Linux distributions have, but it does have, you know, the terminal still, which is good for a new Linux user to be able to get used to using. So they have the terminal there, and that way somebody can get used to using it. But it is simple enough that if like I was to give this to my mom to use, she'd be able to use it. She'd be able to figure out that she can go on Firefox here and get out to the internet. She's a Chrome user too, but we could install that for her, I guess. This has been my little basic review on this Linux distribution. Not sure I would use it as my primary Linux distribution, just because I like a little more stuff to my Linux distribution. But for a first-time Linux user, this is probably a really good Linux distro for them to download. Not sure what the specs requirements are for this. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. All right, so the spec requirements are Intel, AMD, or VIA processor, 52 megabytes of memory, recommended a gig though. Hard drive space is 3 gigs minimum, recommended 8 to 10. So it looks like you could probably run this on an older system too, which would probably make sense because it runs in VirtualBox pretty well. Alright guys, well this is my little review slash first opinions on PCLinuxOS. You guys have a great day.